All right, let's get into sports now, and let's get into the Guardians. Today is the trade deadline at 6 p.m. in Major League Baseball.
Two trades in the last 30 minutes that are at least noteworthy.
Yeah, nothing involving the Guardians today. They did make a small move over the weekend, which we'll talk about in a sec, but they do lose another series this weekend. Gavin Williams salvages it yesterday. He would have gone longer, but obviously the rain delay knocked him out of the game. Goes 5 2/3, gives up 1 hit. No runs, of course. 10 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's pitched phenomenally. He got off to a great start, and then for like 6 weeks, he was very up and down.
Mm-hmm. Look at these numbers over the last 5 starts.
And he's locked it in now.
Absurd.
The last 5 starts, yeah, there you go. Only 13 hits allowed in 25 2/3 innings. That's absurd. I'm surprised. I don't even know how he has a 2.45 ERA when he's only allowed 15 base runners in 25 innings.
4 of those hits have been home runs. 3 have had multiple people on base.
But 44 strikeouts and 2 walks in 25 innings. That's a 22-1 strikeout to walk ratio. That is absurd. I know it's only a 5-game stretch, but that's crazy. It's funny. A few weeks ago, when he had his first of his 5 starts, somebody was like, the Guardian said, oh, he should be in the Cy Young conversation. And I said, this is ridiculous. He's not. And he's still not, because overall for the year, he's not in the Cy Young conversation. But maybe he's going to get himself in there by the end of the year because he's pitched so well of late. And he has pitched like a Cy Young pitcher of late, guys. And but one of the things for this game, of course, was the controversy over Tim Tawa, who led off the 6th inning for the Diamondbacks, trying to bunt to break up the perfect game. Guardians weren't happy. Once they pulled the tarp, they ended up teams were on the field, just standing around doing mostly nothing, which most baseball teams do.
Pointing.
But I know G was asking me before the show, what's the big deal about the bunt? It's one of the unwritten rules in baseball. It's considered lame or whatever. Like you don't bunt to break up a no-hitter or a perfect game. Now, if the game's 1-0 and you're just trying to get on base to tie the game and it's late, maybe, but like it or not, and I don't love it. I think it's lame to try to get I think it's lame, but I think it's over the top that people react to it.
So I have some thoughts.
There you go.
Yeah, go
ahead. Number one, like, when is it considered okay to go ahead and bunt? Like, it's in the 6th inning. Like, there's so much baseball left.
Yes.
It's a perfect game.
It's not
right. It's not like there's many perfect games going into the 6th inning.
So here's the other thing.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but when I play sports, I'm trying to do anything I can to get in my opponent's head.
Yes.
So like, if this guy's pitching a perfect game, and it's the 6th inning, again, a lot of baseball left.
Yeah.
If I bunt and get on base and break up that perfect game, well, all of a sudden now, what if this pitcher, I'm in his head now because I broke up the perfect game, and now we make a rally because they got to get him out of the game, or all of a sudden something happens where we get some sort of thing going. I just think that that's way too early for anybody to be upset about okay, it's 5-0 in the 9th inning. Yeah, it's BS. Don't do that. Yeah. But it's 6th inning. There is 4 innings left of baseball, meaning we could have pitching changes. We could have opportunities, to get guys on base. 1 home run, you get a guy on base and get a home run, it's 5-2.
There you go.
Yeah, and by the way, maybe it worked because he didn't get a hit on that pitch. He bunted it foul, but he then got a hit later in the at-bat.
See?
The same guy, and that was the only hit that the Diamondbacks got off of Gavin Williams. That's a rational argument, and if you're not a diehard baseball fan, that makes sense. I can't argue your point. From a baseball perspective, it's a smart play. Yeah. Baseball, like other sports to some degree, has some stupid unwritten rules that will tick pitchers off and hitters off. There's less of it than there used to be, but this is still one of those things. I think you're right. Ultimately, the Guardians felt probably correctly that he was just bunting to end the perfect game, not to get a rally going. But it is it's stupid. I don't
only because there's so much baseball left.
Yeah.
There were how many games this weekend were there where there was like 6 runs scored in an inning? Like, it happens.
Yeah.
Yesterday I was watching the Rockies and Royals game. It's a 1-0 game or 1-1 game.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, it's 8-1. because 7 runs are scored.
So
it's like teams can score a lot of runs.
Well, I mean, the Guardians Diamondbacks game on Saturday.
Yeah, they were up 2-0.
3-2-1 or 3. I can't remember the exact score going into like the 7th, and the final score was what, 12-8, 12-9, whatever the hell it ended up being. I was supposed to. Mike Ferrin, who's been a guest on this show, who works on MLB Radio, also is like the fill-in play-by-play guy for the Diamondbacks. So he and I were supposed to go out for dinner Saturday night after the game, but the game went so long that I was like,
yeah.
He was. I'm like, I'm ready to fall asleep. I was waiting, downtown, ready to meet him for dinner, and the game went so long we had to cancel because that game was crazy because there were 4 wild innings where a lot of runs were scored. So ultimately, I agree with you. I understand why the players are ticked. Any team would be ticked in that situation. We could all think it's stupid, and I mostly agree that it is stupid. But that's not going to change the way these players react.
I think it's ridiculous when guys, let's say it's the last out and you're laying down a bunt and it's a 6-0 game.
That would be.
That's
a
different
story.
You're just trying to be an a-hole.
Yeah, right.
And screw this guy's game up, and really it has no bearing on the outcome of the game. But 6th inning, there's a
long way to go.
You got. So, I
15 outs.
I completely agree with Dustin because go look at the same exact game we're talking about. The Diamondbacks got some runners when Hunter Gaddis came into the game, right? And he kind of got out of a big spot where they had, a lot of guys on base. And the 3-run home run is the ultimate equalizer.
Yeah.
If I can bunt, get on, and now all of a sudden, it just seems in my head that every time somebody loses a perfect game, there's always 2 or 3 singles or 2 or 3 hits after that.
It almost always happens.
And it always happens. They pull them out, they clap it up. But when the floodgates open, if I'm on the opposite side of the dugout and I'm already they won 2 out of 3 in a series, bro, I'm not about to concede nothing. Good job for you. 5th inning, I'm not even on no hitter or perfect game watch to the 7th. Like, we could start being nervous time in the 7th. We in the 5th inning. 6th inning?
Yeah.
No. We're going to do everything we need to get on base. And here's my thing that I don't understand. Pitchers are the most sensitive people in the world. So let me just get this straight, right? The pitcher, if you got a no-hitter and you bunt, after a certain inning, they mad. A pitcher, if they give up a home run and you look at the ball for too long, before you start running, they get upset.
That's true.
The pitcher.
Those things are completely ridiculous. I'm with you there.
And then the retaliation is, all right, some dude just hit a fastball that I threw right down the middle of the plate over the stands. So now my reaction is the next person that comes up, I'm going to hit him between the shoulder blades.
Yeah.
Now,
that happens way less now than it used to.
But how was that ever a thing?
It was always stupid. I never liked it. That's mostly out of the game at this point. It still happens. Plus, there's plenty of pitchers that are up there fist pumping and going nuts after they get a big strikeout or whatever. That I'm completely with you. I think there's more of a question in this situation, but ultimately I think you're right. It's, if a guy's trying to win, if a guy's trying to make a play that he thinks is going to help his team, I can't kill him just because you have a perfect game. By the way, just because a guy bunts doesn't mean he's going to get a hit.
If
Make the play.
If Bam Adebayo has got 70 points and it's Bam Adebayo, best believe I'm doubling him. I'm trapping him after half. I'm not about to let you get 80 and 90 points on me, because you got it going. No. We got to do, the goal is when you out there professionally is I'm not going to let another person embarrass me.
Yeah.
And right now he's mowing us down. He's throwing the ball. He's grooving. We got to do whatever we can to get on the board. We're not about to lay down. If it happens to be a bunt, so be it. But I agree with Dustin. I'm not going to don't be one of them dudes. Don't do that because it make you look crazy. Go up there and swing the bat. You know what I'm saying?
Late in game, 9th inning,
no
problem. You wouldn't be mad about it. I get it. But 6th inning, different deal. And whether you think the guy was trying to do it or not, it's the 6th inning.
Yeah.
And so if he's trying to get on base, and if he gets on base, all of a sudden there may be a breakthrough. As Garrett points out, I feel like every time I watch a guy lose a perfect game or a no-hitter, there's like another couple hits, I feel like, and then they get the guy out.
I got to ask you a question. This just came off the top of my head. Is there any unwritten rule like that in tennis that you can think of where
the stupidest thing in tennis is, and this makes no sense, but if you hit the ball and it hits the net and dribbles over and you win the point, you're supposed to apologize.
That's dumb.
That's crazy. I have never. So you're supposed to say, what is it? Is it my bad?
Sorry.
That is
crazy.
But secretly you're like, hell yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
But I understand it because you're not really saying you're sorry, even though you're saying you're sorry. You're acknowledging the fact that you got lucky.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, and you really you shouldn't have won the point. You hit the net. You're supposed to not win the point. It's supposed to go back and whatever. But if you hit the top of the net, and it just dribbles over or hits a funky bounce, you'll see guys, they'll put the hand up. Yeah. If you watch tennis, they'll put the hand up and they'll apologize. But what's crazy is guys, if they don't apologize, the other player gets crazy mad.
Oh, that's stupid.
It's
that's stupid.
So I don't know.
There's unwritten rules in football too.
There's also another unwritten rule in tennis, the underarm serve. So you can serve underhand in tennis, which is like a soft serve. You try to catch your opponent off guard. So it's kind of like an unwritten rule, like you wouldn't want to do that on match point to try and win them, but guys do it, and it's hard to stop because in tennis you're playing back.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know, so you think the guy's going to serve 100 miles an hour or 120 miles an hour, well, all of a sudden he hits a little underarm serve at 50 miles an hour and it's short in the box, and you're caught off guard. It is part of strategy. I don't have a problem with that, but those are a couple unwritten things for tennis.
Well, I got one question. We'll put a wrap on this. We'll talk plenty more Guardians in the deadline coming up in the next hour. But Gavin Williams yesterday with his 10 strikeout performance. It is his 5th consecutive game with 10-plus Ks and 1 or fewer walks, joining Clayton Kershaw, who had 6 in a row in 2016, and Chris Sale, who had 5 in a row in 2018, as the only pitchers in Major League Baseball history to record such a streak. If Gavin is pitching like this, does that change your overall outlook on the Guardians, knowing they have an ace who can stand toe-to-toe with anyone in baseball?
Well, to me, he is not a proven ace that could stand toe-to-toe with any pitcher in baseball until he's done it consistently over a long period of time. Anybody that has followed me knows I've been a massive Gavin Williams fan from the moment he's come up. I'm a huge believer in him. I thought he had completely gotten it together at the midway point of last year through May of this year. But he was inconsistent for a while before these 4 starts. And so, and his ERA had gotten up to 4. And I can't have that if I'm Gavin Williams. And now he's pitching like I expect. So can I put him with the elites of the game? No, because he hasn't been consistent enough to be with the elites of the game, but he's completely capable of it. And yes, if he pitches how he has the last 5 starts the rest of the year, then he will be one of the elites and as good a pitcher as anybody, because when he's at his best, he's as talented as any pitcher in baseball. And Clayton Kershaw is going to be in the Hall of Fame. Chris Sale, I mean, those are 2 amazing pitchers. So it's a pretty impressive streak that he's been on. He's got to get the home run ball is still an issue to some degree. It wasn't yesterday, obviously. But I love the way he's pitched lately. And, he should be a Cy Young contender, but he's not right now because he had a stretch where he was not pitching particularly well and at best was inconsistent.